Hi, this is Matt with Just Stick Decals. Today we're going to go over how to apply the Forte front bumper chrome delete overlays. So today you're going to take the chrome delete overlay decal off the backing paper. Make sure you have clean hands. Try to remove all dirt and oils from your hands because we are going to have to use the decal off the backing paper with this. So make sure to try to keep that adhesive as clean as possible. Clean the trim as well. So today we started on the more towards the middle of the grill on the far left of the driver's side chrome piece, and I aligned that front edge to the edge of the silver chrome. And now what I'm going to do is take this long strip of the chrome delete decal and just align it to the edge of the chrome that is closest to the grill. You want to try to get it as close to that edge as possible so it covers all the chrome as much as possible, but do not let the front end of that decal fall over and completely cover the trim, and we'll show you why here in a little bit. So all we're focusing on is literally that top edge, and that's the only part that we're really wanting it to adhere. As we're aligning it and applying it to that trim piece, the front edge is actually going to bow upwards, kind of flip up. So the edge that's closest to you, the front of the bumper or the front of the car, will flip up. And that's okay because we're going to use heat to kind of help that conform down onto the trim. Just going to keep on moving around and pulling the vinyl and angling it in different directions as you see. I'm just making small adjustments just to make sure that we get that chrome completely covered and meet that edge as close as possible. Now when you get around to the headlight, there will be a little bit more of a gap between the trim and the headlight. And so you just have to try to feed a little bit of that vinyl into that crease in that gap to cover up that trim. We do provide an application card that you can also use to kind of help with that. See in this, in the bottom left-hand corner, how the vinyl is kind of lifting up. That front edge is lifting up, and that is perfectly okay. We're, again, only focusing on that back about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch of vinyl and attaching it to the trim. And we're going to attach it all the way till the whole decal is applied on that one piece. If you made a mistake, it's easy just to kind of lift up and gently on the vinyl. It should release a little bit for you, and you can work on getting any air bubbles or any creases out caused during the application. So I'm just going to kind of work its way backwards. See, I had a little bit of a puckering, a crease there, and all I did was just kind of pushed it in at an angle. I also lifted up on the vinyl. Here's another one that I'm kind of working on, and we can get those the puckerings to go away. You can also work at them in almost like a triangle. See how I kind of worked up, left diagonal and right diagonal direction. It's almost like a triangle. Think of it that way. And the crease where it's puckering is the top of the triangle, and so you just kind of move it out in both angles. So now after I got that top edge applied, notice how that front edge is lifted up. So the adhesive side is facing out. Just be careful not to get any dirt or debris on that. And now what we're going to do is use a little bit of heat. So in this case, we use a little bit of a hair dryer. You can use a heat gun, but please exercise caution not to damage the surfaces or the decal by using too much heat. So what I'm doing now is applying a little bit of heat kind of far away, and this is softening that decal to help it relax. And what we're going to see is that edge that's flipped up will actually begin to flip down and conform to the trim. And so that's what I'm doing here is, since the top edge is completely covered and we met it to where the trim touches the grill, we're now just going to heat up the vinyl and just guide it down where we want it to be. Using our finger from behind to kind of push any air out as it starts to lay down. Don't force it. Just let the heat do a lot of the work for you. The warm air that's blowing from it will actually kind of help that vinyl flip down on its own. And so let it relax on its own there. So that front corner right there where the headlight meets, that's where you're going to see the biggest kind of a flip. There's a little bit more tension there because it does kind of curve a little bit more. But again, all I did was just apply a little heat and guide it with my finger. And now what I'm doing is going through and applying heat on the lower edge and trying to force that decal into the seam between the front bumper and the chrome trim. You have an application card. We can provide you an application tools that will help kind of tuck those little pieces away for you. So now I'm just working on any last minute adjustments, any kind of creases or puckering, tucking in those little edges there. Once you have the whole thing applied, it's a good practice to go ahead and just follow up with the heat over the entire overlay and decal just to help cure that adhesive to make it bond better. And this is just a look of what it would look like with some gloss red to match the red accents and also matte black. If you have any questions or need any help, just email us at support@juststickitdecals.com.